In this first episode of MOC Builders News, we are going to get inspired by awesome Lego creation. We are going to talk about great Lego builders, and we are going to learn some new Lego techniques. It's going to be a weekly episode with everything you need to know, everything that can be useful for a Lego MOC builder. Ciao a tutti, welcome to the first episode. Let's jump right to it with the MOCs of the week. So this is a MOC that is already more than a week old, but is so good and so great that I thought it's the perfect one to start the first episode of this series. So the creators of this build are Chris Perron and Wes Talbott, which are both working for Lego designer, and we clearly understand why. This is such an awesome creation. There is this black castle that sits on top of a dragon head shaped rock. This is amazing. Look at all the angles that the scales of this dragon have, sideways, and everything is something really a work of art. We can have a look a little bit at the details. You can see also there is a gate that opens up into the mouth of the dragon and enter into the sort of courtyard of this castle. The castle also has fantastic Lego techniques. Look at all these arches and balconies, and all the shapes of the walls is, I think, a octagonal kind of shape. This is really something that we could be looking for hours and learn something new all the time. Even more, brick build animals, brick build dragons. So this was really a wonderful build. Even look at the colors. The color scheme of everything is beautiful with these dark tan and dark orange and gray and black and red. Everything works well. So good. Now, another build that I wanted to highlight this week is from Nugent. I hope I pronounce everybody correctly. Anyway, everything that I mentioned in this video will be in the description down below, so you can and you have to go and check out all these builders and all these articles. So again, we are in a sort of castle kind of theme. This is also a work of art. Great rock work for the wall at the bottom. The second story is inclined forward. Fantastic tiling work with the roof. Colors, wonderful choice. We have trees. We have a rounded base. So this is really another masterpiece that, again, take some time, click on the link to all these builders and go and look at all the details, the colors, and all the little techniques that they are in this build. Moving on, I wanted to highlight also a smaller creator, not as popular as these last two, which is KaiGuy365. He created some small bases on a round 6x6 for the D&D minifigure. I really like this because I like to build small, and I think these are very creative and very good. They display the minifigure very well, and I'm also, building habitats and doing small builds on my channel. This is something that I really appreciate and accessible for everyone. So everybody with a small parts inventory, you can get creative and create something really cool. Of course, if you are into Lego MOC building, the main places you have to look for is, of course, the Brothers Brick, where you can find, of course, reviews and news, but all a lot of fantastic Lego creation. You can see, for example, here we just highlight this one. Daily, many MOCs highlighted on this page. Moving on, another place where you can find the best MOCs is BrickVault. You go on YouTube, they have a weekly top 10 MOCs of the week, where you can find some amazing creation every week. Actually more than 10, there's a lot of honorable mention, including some of my builds recently have been featured there. Of course, let's not forget about Beyond the Brick. This is more about big, massive creation from conventions, and not the smaller kind. But of course, I recommend you to go and check it out because it's a place for every MOC builder to go and see something great and learn something new. Now, let's move to the noteworthy articles of the week. Of course, New Elementary is a place where we need to go, where we found out about building techniques, set reviews, and Lego pieces. And this week, I wanted to highlight a set that maybe you don't expect, which is this sort of Friends mini doll kind of set, the Wednesday dorm room, because here there are some interesting parts, and I think could be also an interesting part spec potentially, and then of course depending on the price. So you can see, for example, there is this interesting black rose piece, and also there are some good recolors, maybe not this kind of animal, But you can see over here we have some tiles, we have some plates, we have these small arches in gray. There's always quite a few interesting colors and printed parts and stickers. So always keep a lookout for New Elementary and their articles. Another very important place for mock builders is, of course, BrickNerd as well. So here we have an article about bridges by Andreas Lenander, which is another awesome Lego builder that I recommend you to check out. I will link him down below as well. Probably I will feature him in some future episodes. So he went and looked through a lot of different bridges that you can find online in the community, any sort of bridges. We have bending techniques, we have brick builds, we have any kind of, from the most complicated build to the most simple one, build on top, build sideways, even microscale. Now, I'm not going to go through all the designer over here, but I highly recommend you to click the link that I will put down below. Go and check out this article, and then there you will find all the links to every one of these builders that you can find in this article. Of course, bridges is something that sometimes we have to build in our MOCs, and here you can definitely learn a lot, not just for the bridges, but come on, look at the composition here, look at the colors. There's a lot to look at and to learn from here. Another place to go and look is Tips Bricks. This one is on Instagram if you like to go around Instagram. So they do technique analysis, I think weekly. And this week they had a Microscale article. I'm a big fan of Microscale. So here you can find also some interesting technique and see how this creation has been built. Of course, you can find then also the link to the builder into the article. You can see here, for example, how they create these wonderful microscale trees. Another place where you can find inspiration is, of course, on magazines. So now everything is online, but the presence of Lego magazine is still there with blogs and with Brick Journal. For example, here on Blogs magazine, I was featured recently and was very honored to be there also because my picture is right next to the one of the builds that made by Markus RollBuhler that won the Rogue Olympics. The article is about that. And I had the honor to meet him a few weeks ago in Billund. I had a very pleasant conversation with him. So, of course, on all these magazines, you can find a lot of inspiration. And stay tuned because I'm probably going to feature this magazine again because there might be something going on in the next few issues. Moving on, let's talk about Lego contest. So this is a fantastic creator that you should follow on YouTube, Brick. If you don't follow, go and check it out. He's always, I think, on a yearly basis, does a Lego mock contest for the viewers. And for this year, it's going to be a Fallout contest. So he did a fantastic, out-of-this-world Fallout build that I highly recommend you to check out. He had a build series of multiple episodes building that. So you have to build something related to Fallout. I did something like that recently for Vin Week. This was a sort of mix between fantasy characters and Fallout. But something like this probably would fit into the contest sort of, maybe without the fantasy figures. So if you like to participate to contest, I always recommend it. And this is a good one for this week. And every week I will update you on more contests that are popping out around the Lego community. Moving on now from YouTube, I want to highlight some of my favorite builders, and one of them is the Breaking Panda. He is quite big on Instagram, but you should definitely go and check out his YouTube channel. There's a lot of Lego cities on YouTube, but nothing quite like him. He has a sort of Italian Riviera kind of inspired Lego city, totally custom. And in this video, he always walk you through all the details and all the techniques for all the foliage and all the buildings. Is really, really cool. So I highly recommend you to go and check out his Lego city. Now he's also doing some MOCs. For example, here you can see he did some Star Wars MOCs recently. But this is a really fantastic Lego city and very, very different from the kind of Lego city that you normally see on YouTube channels. Moving on, to close the episode, a little update on what is happening on my YouTube channel. Of course, you know, I have all sorts of Lego builds. Recently, I posted a video about my trip to Billund. This is for example, the Masterpiece Gallery at the Lego House that has recently been changed to a new set of builders. I had a chance to meet some Lego designers as well. It was a very, very great moment for me. And also walk you through Not much Lego house in this episode, but mostly about the Legoland, the Legoland Hotel, and the walk around the headquarters of Lego. Also, recently I posted my custom medieval tower to display all my D&D minifigure. I started this build with a parts pack from a Harry Potter set, the Magical Trunk. I will put a affiliate link down below in case you want to check out. That's a way to support the channel. So if you want to purchase something from Amazon, I will link it down below. And also staying in theme with the Dungeons and Dragons, I just did the custom landscape for the space minifigure and for the D&D minifigure. They are not looking good just in my display case here. I will link the display case down below as well. But they also look great on a shelf on its own. So that's about it. I hope you like what I'm bringing to this hopefully weekly episode of Lego MOC Builders News. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode next week. By the way, I think Saturday we have a new vlog for members only coming out, and I will have my new series of Habitat for the D&D series coming on Monday. So the next episode of MOC Builder News will be next week on Thursday. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao, ciao.